Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? Welcome to another tarot workshop. So I'm hoping that you can all hear me and see me just fine today. Sorry about moving my chair there. Are we all okay? So we're going to be doing some more tarot today. And today I'm going to be looking at the Strength card with you. And the Strength card in the Rider-Waite deck. Now, I'm just going to hang on and see if we get a few more people joining us from all sorts of places like YouTube and Facebook, and see if you've given permission to restream, and then you can actually type in your comments and I can see if you want to ask any questions. Now, this is just a tarot workshop, not just, but that's what it's about. It's about exploring cards and helping you to understand tarot and to be able to meet with some like-minded folks that actually enjoy learning about what the cards mean and the feelings and how you can progress in your own tarot readings, or it may be just a hobby of yours where you want to know more. So I hope you can hear me all right. It'd be lovely if people come in and give me some comments just to let me know that you are able to hear and see me. If we've got anyone from YouTube and Facebook and the groups that I'm in on my Facebook page, Tarot with Anne-Marie. So my name is Anne-Marie and I'm a professional tarot reader, and I have been working with the tarot cards for well over 30 years. Now, in this little workshop that I'm doing live, you are able to come and have a look at some of the meanings and the feelings and tips and tricks that I can share with you, and anybody that's watching that cares to actually type in and say, "Hi Tony, thank you for typing in. You can hear me, I take it, and you can see me okay." So we are in a position of being able to share with you some of the meanings and feelings and tips for the tarot in the cards that I've got for you today. And today I'm going to be dealing with Strength card and, if we get time, the Chariot. In actual fact, just bear with me a minute, folks. Let's just get that back. I'm going to do the Chariot first, okay, because that's the order it comes in. Right, so the Chariot. The Chariot works in conjunction with the astrological sign of Cancer. And this is all to do with matters of the home. So it's a home card. It's where we are our safest and where we can be the private version of ourselves and be true to ourselves. So home is where we make it. So that means where you call home. So that's where you're living. It's if you are looking to buy a new property or rent a new property or make modifications, or the emotions and the relationships that's going on in the home front. So our Chariot card deals with matters of sensitivity. And it is also a card of our emotions and our deepest feelings. If you think of a Cancerian, well, they're the crab sign, aren't they? And I'm a crab, I'm a Cancerian. So you've got this tough sort of outer shell, and inside we're mushy. So again, if you get a bit stuck with the Chariot, try and think of someone you know who's a Cancerian. Well, I'm a Cancerian. Princess Diana was a Cancerian. George Michael was a Cancerian. Nicole from X Factor, and I can't remember what the name of her group is. She's a Cancerian. I can't pronounce her surname because I can't remember it, but think of somebody that you know is a Cancerian, and that will help you connect to the feelings of the cards. So if you know a Cancerian and that person springs into your mind, that's your intuition towards that card. So although I'm going through the bullet point meanings that I've listed here on the PDF for you on the screen, I'm also discussing with you how you can connect with those cards and pick up on the feelings so that you start to become an intuitive reader. Now, it's good to have both because that's what's going to give you your confidence, and your confidence of knowing that this is about the home and domestic matters, and it's the fourth house in the astrological natal chart, and that it links to Cancer. Well, that's got you going straight away. So if you can't remember anything, just think of it as the home card and think where you live, what's going on in your home. And maybe you get a memory or a flashback to something of when you had a home and it was filled with family and good times or happiness, or even sometimes maybe that's what's come up. Oh gosh, when I lived there, it was awful. I've lived in some places that I haven't enjoyed, and it had a big effect upon pushing me to get out of there and to kind of move on, move to something that was better for me, just as in made me feel better, more in line with who I am, where I could be my true self. So think of that when you are looking at this card. Now, this is also a card, the Chariot gives the name away, doesn't it? It's actually about on-road matters. So this is cars, transportation that we have, things that are going on in the road, not aeroplane, not long distance, not air travel, not international, not global. This is more to do with being local, home, things where you can do it nationally, wherever home is to you. And that is what a chariot is also about. So it's about the comings and goings that link with journeys on the road. And that's exactly what this is. But also, if we look at this card, we've got this black and white sphinx here, okay? And there's no reins there from our charioteer. He's not holding the reins, so he's actually controlling where that chariot is going by pure will. And his intuition is willing where he is going in that direction. So it's also a card of willpower. Look at the colours, brilliant colours, especially in this actual version of the Radiant Rider-Waite. Beautiful golden yellow going on in the background. Well, that's our chakra, isn't it? Telling us sunny times coming and feeling the joy in our chakra and the happiness that if we are willful and we are happy at home, then we've got this wonderful feeling of sunshine in our lives. And then we've got the little stars there on the canopy, which are representing what we're wishing for, what we're hoping for, and protection, and to remind us that we can make things happen. And the stars, I always think that the star card in the tarot card is linked to the community. So I like to think of this as our neighbourhood. So all these kind of things that you may never have actually thought about, well, are all there for you, you see? So you've got that coming out here. This is also a very grounded card, and it's about the spiritual side that's moving into a positive direction. A bit like, if you've not lived anywhere nice, like I mentioned, and you're determined that you want to actually move on and live somewhere better, this is what inspires you if this card comes up. Look at the surrounding cards. Where did it come up in the spread? What's it telling you next? If you're not sure, get another deck out, add some more cards, or use the deck that you are using. Quite often, I'll sometimes actually pick up another deck. I know people find that very strange, but why not? Because I might see things in another deck that I wouldn't see necessarily in the deck I am using, or I feel that I don't have enough information. Never be worried about pulling more cards, because that's the story. You're building it up to know more information. It's like a conversation. It's like a script. You're building upon that. So that is how you are able to get past, oh, I can't remember what it means. Well, if you've got some meanings, that will help you. But if you're actually using your intuition, you're able to pick up on different things in different matters and then just bring and fuse the whole thing together. So this is also a card of new contracts. So if somebody says, at work, gosh, a work matter, I'm looking to see if they're going to give me a contract, you'd look to see what's going on with this card, whether it's out in your spread, where it is in your spread, and what other cards are going on around it. Now, I think that for most of you that know me, you know that I read with pairs, that I use a minor card as a clarifier to tell me the background effects that are being involved with the major card. So that is how you would know more. But for now, we are just going through the meanings of our cards, and today we are looking at the Chariot. I wonder if anyone's got any questions. Please feel free to type your question or to maybe talk amongst yourselves, as in you can type to somebody else that's actually in the group, watching here on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. I think I'm in LinkedIn today as well. So, wherever you want it to be. So this is also a time of being guided by your spiritual self, which again, the Sphinx are there. You've got this spiritual sort of darkness and this spiritual lightness, which is the duality that we always talk about. All forces have a positive and a negative, a yin and a yang. And we need both, We don't just want to be, this little angelic sort of pure white light. You need your earthiness. You need that duality. You need to be able to have nights so that you can rest. I keep saying this. It's important to have both. You are able to learn from the lightness. You are also able to learn from the darkness and from some of the things that happen in our life for a reason that make us grow. We don't always grow from our positives, we grow from our negatives. So that's what that's all about. This is about self-control. So a good sort of question that I often get asked is, will I lose weight? Have I got what it takes to actually stick to this diet? Well, have a look at your chariot, because this is the card of willpower. This is the card of being able to be determined to make it happen, force and determination. If it comes up, that's great. But watch your surrounding cards. So let's say that we see somebody with the 10 of Wands. Well, they're struggling, aren't they? They feel overwhelmed, they feel burdened, and probably not looking at what they're doing because they're too busy carrying the burden of everyday life to maybe maintain their willpower or their determination or their focus on themselves. If you had something like the 3 of Cups with the Chariot as a pair, then that's a celebration and joy. Absolutely. If you had a pentacle, most definitely, they are definitely making it happen. And again, if you had a positive one, such as the Ace of Wands or the 4 of Wands, they're consolidating it and things are going well. So it's the surrounding cards, not just the card on its own. But it's hard to learn all of it, isn't it? So I'm just separating a card at a time, throwing in some tips and tricks for you and some examples of how it all comes together. This is also a very decisive and disciplined card. So again, for something like, will I stick to it? Will I actually go on and get that contract? Well, it depends what's going on, but this is a really good card where you would look at that kind of question to seek the answer and what else is happening in the spread. And if you use pairs, what's the other pair? So that's our Chariot. I'm going to move that into the next card for you, which is Strength. So just bear with me for a second. So here we are. Okay. Sorry if people are typing. I've not got any of your messages. I've got a couple here, but that's lovely. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. So come and say hi, and then I know that you are able to follow along. Ask any questions. It's just a workshop. That's what it's for. You can ask me whatever it is that you think I can answer. I do online courses, and if you would like a copy of the tarot worksheets, this PDF that I am using, I've made one up specifically for you to follow along. Not identical to this, yours is a white copy with more bullet point for you to actually look at and journal while you're learning tarot, or if you'd like the meanings of the cards. And if you want a copy of that, write to me on email at hello@tarotwithanmarie.com. Okay, so moving on to our Strength card. So, sorry, I better say that again for you. It should be in the description there. If you look on the write-up of today's lesson, it's hello@tarotwithanmarie.com. Okay, so our Strength card, a beautiful card. Again, we've got lovely strong colours, cards of strength and happiness. Let's mix games. Hi, how are you? That's a lovely purple heart and wings. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're doing well. So our strength card works in conjunction with the astrological sign of Leo. And if we look, maybe looking at Leo, the lion there, is a bit of a clue to the astrological sign that this works with. Bear with me for 1 second. Oh, pardon, I just felt my nose was itching. Okay, got to be in for a surprise. Anytime, love to learn from this tarot class something even more. Lovely, thank you very much. You're very, very welcome. And thank you for coming on board and typing a message. It's lovely to have you with us today. So, this card links to inner child that is in all of us, and it's a card of children. Hi, hello, Pete. I am fine, thank you. It's not so fine here. It's raining. It's lovely to see you, Pete. Thank you for saying hello. Here we go with our tarot again, teaching our workshop. So this is a card that links to children and the inner child that's in all of us. And it's about our hobbies, and it's about our passions. It's about having fun. So those are the things that, we need to balance. It's not always about work and communication and other people. This is about yourself. What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What do you want to do when you're not doing work? And by that I mean not being a housewife or running your home or doing your errands as a husband or as a student in life or whatever it is you're doing in this life. When you're not working, and you could choose to do what you want to do. So it's about that. What is it that's fun? Do you like to play? Do you like to do sports? Do you like to do physical exercise? Do you like to do crafts? Those kind of things. What is it that makes you feel healthy and that this is your special time? So it's what gives us our va-va-va-voom and our physical vitality. But it's also a card where sometimes we need to maintain control over our powerful emotions. So if we're being childlike, sometimes we can have temper tantrums, we can be strong-willed, we can be determined to get our own way. And this is a card that represents our inner and outer strength. Now, just take a look at that card. There's that lady, and she's holding that lion's mouth open. Now, you might say, gosh, that takes some strength to do that. Yeah, but what kind of strength? The physical strength? Sure, I grant you. But she doesn't look as if she's kind of going, does she? She actually looks as if her whole face is in communication with that lion. Look how he's looking at her. Yes? That's the strength. It's the inner strength. And she is absolutely communicating her inner strength and courage to that lion. She's protected. She's got the symbol of infinity over her head. We've got these garland of flowers and leaves showing growth, abundance, support, that she is grounded. The red represents her strength. The green supports us. It reminds us of our heart chakra, where we are supported by the universe, and that we are strong, and that we do need that strength, and we do need courage. It can be an inner and an outer strength. It's a card of beating addictions. But you didn't know that, did you? Yeah. You need courage. Are you strong? It's not always the physical. It can be the mental, the emotional, the spiritual strength. And real fortitude, the mixture, is often about persevering, trusting, having faith, knowing that you are going to stumble and to not give up, to carry on. It's not anything really spectacular. Our strength is to keep going, putting one foot in front of the other and going, absolutely, I need some time for me. I also need me. I'm important too. So this is also what our card, the Strength card, is all about. You know, the mountains in the background represent navigating life's challenges that are yet to still come. Being supported on that lovely, lush green as it is in this particular deck. And that's why I like to teach with the Rider-Waite, because we can look at the symbology and help you see things that may not appear in other decks that you wouldn't actually necessarily think of, that will help you understand absolutely what the card is about. Well, green is our heart chakra. It's been supported by the universe, unconditional love. It's also about being grounded. It's also a card representing luck and growth, because we can see those trees growing in the background and some sort of crops in the distance there in the background. The yellow represents our joy, our cheerfulness, you know, feeling happy. The little red flowers show us that we have our strength, our determination and passion. And the green again in the garlands, growth, you know. The lion's colour orange is representing our courage and our joy. Some could say it's a brown colour. Well, brown represents the past, and orange is our second chakra that helps us drive towards what it is that we are determined to want to be moved by, affected by. You know, it makes us hungry, it makes us want to spend money, it makes us want to be good to ourselves. It's a survival. You know, I'm going to have that and I'm determined about it. And you know what, I do so. It's our sexual energy even. So it's a very strong sort of colour. And if it's brown, it's attachments to our past. It'll depend on the deck that you're using, of course. Now, I hope this is going to work, because I want to show you just a couple of different images on our Chariot and Strength from a different collection. So if you bear with me a moment, let's bring in the Chariot. So I've got some images to show you here. I do hope this works, folks. Sometimes when I change scenes, it all goes a bit higgledy-piggledy. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to get rid of me on there. Whoops, a daisy. Okay, and we'll bring this one in. So hoping this is going to come through. And yeah, let's just get rid of our worksheet for a moment. There you go. Gosh, I've got an extra camera on there that I don't particularly need. Okay, so we've got it. Okay, so here's another Chariot. Okay, I've just got rid of the PDF, and I will find a way of making that transition smoother. But every time I go to do it, the phone rings and I've got a client. So it's like, okay, I'll just jump on and do our lesson today and hope that I can switch cameras. Thanks, folks. This Chariot, look at that. That's a Chariot, isn't it? Yeah, having fun. You know, you have got this lovely Chariot that's a skateboard. And that kind of marries up a little bit with our Strength card in this particular deck, because what we're seeing is this person's having fun at playing. Yeah, but there's also, look at that body, you know, wow, supple, healthy, you know, determined, enjoying it, really, you know, lots and lots of things going on there that actually says that this person is truly looking at being very willful about being able to have fun, but most of all, to move from A to B and to make it happen in such a way. Hi, good morning from Florida. Jean Marie, how are you? Lovely to have you. I'm sorry, I just jump on where I can, and I know that you missed, but you can watch the catch up later on. So we were doing the Chariot and the Strength cards. So we've done those, and you can watch that on the catch up. I'm just showing what the Chariot can actually mean. So it's about, you know, it's exactly what I was saying. The road, we've got the road here, you can see the drain. It's about movement on the road. It's about journeys, you know, short journeys or national journeys. It's not aeroplane travel, but it can be part of that. And it can be your spiritual journey and your physical journey and your inner strength and your willfulness to tackle things. And this is showing, you know what, I'm determined to tackle. I'm going to ride this skateboard. So there's an image, and you've got all these lovely things going on in the background there. Right. Here's the version of the Chariot that I did when I designed my deck. Okay, make mine quite simple. Okay, and I told you that when I did my physical deck and worked with my graphic designer and artist, I didn't draw this, I told them what I wanted. I need them to be very clear, simple images so that you could really pop when you look at it on the screen. So kept it very simple. It wasn't about the symbology. Okay, so that's my Chariot version. And then we've got this one, which is the Urban Tarot. That's the Everyday Enchanted. This one's mine. And this one is the Urban Tarot deck. I'm sure that, yeah, it is, the Urban Tarot. Thought it was, but when I move the box out of the way of the camera, I need to make sure that I'm not sending you down oh, you're wonderful, wonderful. It's lovely to have you. One day come on and we'll actually have you as a guest on here, Jean Marie, because you've been following this for a while now. When we did the first sort of group, you've always come along and talked about tarot, and it's lovely to have you. So thank you so much. Lovely to see you. So this is a Chariot, and in this one, yeah, it's the cards, what I was saying to you. And let's say that we got that card and we got a question from a client and they said, oh gosh, you know, am I going to, you would, great, we'll do it, we'll talk. I'd love that, okay? I have to get a little bit clever with my camera so I can actually bring you as a guest. I have it all set up, but we'll talk about how we do that. Yes, it's a Chariot in the sense of a car. So let's say somebody said, oh gosh, am I going to get a new car? Am I going to pass my driving test? You know, will I ever learn to drive? These kind of things. Well, that's the card that you look at. You know, I've mentioned also it's willpower. So, you know, will I have the determination to sort of stick to my diet? Well, this is the card you look at. But as I've advised you before, so important to actually say to you, please do look at the fact, sorry, move my hand, that you've got to look at the other cards and what they're saying to you. But rather than overload you with lots and lots at this stage, let's just go through them individually and just now and again just pack it up a little. You wouldn't put two majors together, you would put a major minor together. Pull a minor card and go, gosh, what's that? You know? And that's what it's about. And if you pull a minor card and it's a sword, it's about the thoughts. So that doesn't actually do anything. Thoughts are great. Everything starts with a thought, but it's only at that stage of a thought. That does not mean, oh, I'm thinking about, you know, a new car. And you see the Ace of Swords. Thinking about it. Will I get it? I don't know. You're thinking about it. That's what came up in your reading. I wouldn't say, I don't know. I would actually say, well, this is what the cards are saying. You're thinking about it. And that's where I might say, let's pull another deck and see what goes on when we get the Chariot and we pull it out and it comes up in your reading. Or we'd look at the surrounding cards, we'd look at where it was, it might come up in the finances. Oh, you're thinking about it, but it's come up in your finances. What's going on with your finances could be blocking it. Oh, there's something better coming for you. When will it happen? All this kind of thing can help you with all of that, okay? But that's the online courses, and these are just tarot workshops, and I'll be doing some spotlights where we will do pairs. But for now, we're just going through the cards a couple at a time in our workshop. So here's examples of the Chariot. Okay, let me bring on, if I move that there, as a strength card, okay? Compared to the strength card that we've got on the PDF that I'm teaching you with, okay? Look at that. How amazing is that? I've got the strength to actually be doing what I want, you know? And she's got the loyalty here from the dog. No disability going on here. This person is actually saying, I'm triumphing. I'm triumphing. Can't say it. I have triumph in my life. Victory. I will make things happen. I am strong. I have an inner strength. I have a physical strength. I am determined. I am capable. I am able. I am making things happen. You know, lots of fire going on here representing action. It looks like, you know, we've got the wand there, which is representing very much a case of being, isn't it lovely? being determined. Action comes in many forms, making things happen, being supported. I would say this as, um, lovely sort of universal beings, our fairies, earth fairies, that are around. And you've got the groundedness there, as in with the pebbles there. You've got new growth there, as in symbolised there with the little plant. You've got the dog representing being faithful, being loyal, and having support. So some lovely things going on. Depends what deck you want to use. Having other decks can sometimes really speak to you, but sometimes it can also make you go, gosh, that's it, I'm not getting much more. Swap about, do what you need to do in order for it to actually speak to you. So this strength is in the Urban Tarot, and there we go, she's actually admiring this lion that looks like a sculpture. And there's our symbol of infinity, okay? And it looks as if she's really turning around her inner child, relaxing into her hobby. So again, admiring it, feeling protected, feeling grounded. A lot of concrete going on in that there, a lot of, groundedness. And we've got the sky there, blue sky, always showing lucidity. When you see blue, shows lucidity of the mind. Infinity symbol, protection. This person is protected. There is no beginning, there is no middle, there is no end. Okay? And there's my version of the strength card. Okay? Just a little old Leo, and I said, make him like a door knocker, and sort of like those very lovely townhouses that you see in big cities like London, the door knocker. And that's what I wanted mine to be like. Just simple. Look, here's our Leo, here's our lion, here is our strength. Make you think here of Leo as in the actual astrological sign, and just strength, and the strength, the butterfly just represented the freedom and the transformation that goes on in our life. Free as a butterfly, or the transformation as in that we can have when we are strong, that we can change from a caterpillar into butterfly. That was what I did my one about. Okay, so here is a collection of cards, and just giving you, prefer the simple, less is more. Yeah, you see, this is it. It is really about your personal preference. They've all got something. It's so nice to actually have, the symbology from the Rider-Waite. And if I go back to ours, it's the Radiant Rider-Waite that I'm actually putting on the PDF, as in for the worksheet for you all. And that's lovely. I use it, and don't get me wrong, one of the questions I had on one of my Instagram lives the other day was, do you use the same deck over and over, even though you've got so many decks? And my answer was yes and no. It depends what the question is. It depends who the client is. And, quite often I will, if it's going to be very technical, Rider-Waite. If it's going to be relationships, Rider-Waite. If it's actually about, business and things like that, there's some great decks that I use for that. Very much so. I'm not, gosh, I've chosen these because I just thought they were so different, and I'm not trying to say go for the everyday enchanted deck, I beg your pardon, or go for, the simplicity of what I had. I told you I wanted this just to be on my website. That was the reason I wanted it to be graphics. And then we've got this nice urban, that again is different, but I could show you, the Bohemian Cats Tarot. I could show you, the Mystics. I could show you the Crystal Cards, the Inner Child, the Fairy Tale deck. I'm happy to do that all with you. But I don't want to confuse. I think sometimes just, I'm not telling you to buy these or promoting them, I'm not in any way, but I just think it just shows you some radical differences between decks in a very nice way, that you can actually go, what am I looking for? What will speak to me? And the Rider-Waite, I beg your pardon, Radiant Rider-Waite deck that I've put on there, the colours are really, really strong. So I chose that deck rather than just the original Rider-Waite deck to sort of show you the strong colours and what colour can actually mean, what it makes you feel, and it's your feelings, you know. And as I say, don't worry. But if you are, if it's just something, that you look at that card and it's like, I don't know why, but when I look at that card, I see, well, for example, this card, when I look at that, I think of London, my days in London, but it's sort of like around Buckingham Palace, Kensington, when I was a nanny, way back in my teens and my early years. I'd see all of that and go, wow, look at that, I'm in London. I thought it was marvellous, coming from South Yorkshire, in the big city that I'd only ever seen, looking around, all the history, you could feel it, could absolutely feel it in the air. It's whatever speaks to you, whatever it is. So choosing your deck, important. The reason I insist that we all kind of learn from the Rider-Waite deck themselves is, if you're saying to me, what does this mean in my deck? I can't see your deck, I can't help you with that, You love the artistry of different decks, but always go to Smith-Waite deck. It holds the power. I absolutely love all decks, but I do agree that you will get the rich symbolism, meaning, the feelings, the symbology, of those cards. And so many people have written about them or done videos on them. So you can keep looking and going, gosh, I didn't know that meant that. On my online course, I go very much into the detail, even to sort of like in the one family where he's got odd shoes on and what it means and why, and I can't go into all of that on and on and on. Oh, you're not interrupting. Hello. I love this. You've actually given me a photograph. Hello, Cloud Plug 8. Not interrupting at all. That's why it's interactive. I do like you saying hello. I do like your comments, even if you're not, Pete comes on here. He's my cousin, and he just says hi. And I know why he's here. It's very significant. He doesn't need to tell that to me, but I feel close to him in the way that he needs to. He comes on here. It's lovely. I know he doesn't want to read tarot, but it does things, doesn't it? It draws us together. Oh, thank you very much. Absolutely gorgeous. I've got these lovely, lovely emojis coming up. So we all have something different in what we see, what we feel. And sometimes you can look at a card and go, oh my goodness me, this is standing out today. While I was looking at this one today, out of anything, it's drawn to the dream. Yeah? As in, and it's like, okay, why? Well, it's making me feel that, that's a tiny drain. And, that's where we do need things to be able to actually drain away, to take away our waste, our rain. It's raining here today, by the way, unusual after months and months. But to take away, to drain things away, to take away our toxins and things like that. So a chariot, full of health and vitality in that picture. But that drain is also important, that we are able to kind of rid ourselves of little things, toxins and things like that. Now, why that? Why not this? Why not that? It will happen like that for you. And it depends. Oh, thank you. It depends so much upon what it is that you are seeing in that card. Sometimes you feel nothing. People say, have you ever had card blindness? And what they mean is when you look at the card, you kind of go, I don't know, oh my God, I just frozen. I can't see anything. I'm just looking. You're in a trance. Yes, I have. That's a trance. And we are all in a trance a little bit here and there through the course of the day. It's your intuition. Don't worry. You're connecting. You're not being a technical reader when that happens. Oh, but I freeze. Perhaps because you actually feel that, you don't have the right to say what you're feeling. If that person has come to you, or if you've gone to yourself for some advice from the cards, whatever comes up is what you're meant to know at that time. even if it feels like, gosh, there's nothing, I don't know. Well, I just see a dandelion. Is it a dandelion? I see a frog. Doesn't matter. When you see a dandelion, what do you think of? I think of, again, dandelion tea, detoxing. I need to detox, don't I? That's what's going on with me. Who agrees? She says, Pudsley, is that my name? No, that actually comes up on my, I'm Anne-Marie. I'm Tarot with Anne-Marie. And it comes up, you have to have a little, on Twitch, you've got to have a little nickname. So I chose Pudsley. One of those cute sort of soft toys. Yes? Yes, my name's Anne-Marie. Sometimes I actually put it on there. Bear with me, I'm going to move my camera back. You know this is going to go strange. You can see it on here. Okay, 1 second. Let's move my camera back and run that scene. And hold on 1 second, folks. Here it comes. There you go. Sorry, we're looking at my background on my computer screen. Yeah, if you look at my logo at the bottom, no, it's not my first stream. It's something I'm doing this year. I think this is number 5 here. I do no, not at all. I do tons of YouTube. I do lots of Facebook, and gosh, I did a lot last year. An awful lot. I've got about 250 videos. No, don't apologise, Plug 8. No, not at all. I don't do very much on the platform of Twitch. Only when I do the workshops, I just get the opportunity to include another one into the mix, and I pop yourself in. No, not at all. You're very, very welcome. It's just people are interested in tarot, and I've got the means to stream to an extra place. Quite often I have some really lovely new people come along that might not ordinarily come along, simply because I've got a multi-stream device, so best not to waste it. Oh, thank you so much. Where are you from? It's very British, isn't it? An acquired skill. Yeah. Well, I'm quite a mixture, you know. Coming from the UK, you're from India. Hello. Hello. Namaste. Lovely. Lovely. So, there's our Chariot cards and our Strength card for today. Any questions from anybody? Would they like to ask anything? If not, I'm going to say ta-ta. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time. And as you know, give you a couple of hours warning. The trouble is, you see, if I give any more warning, gosh, multi-stream, is that why I can't see the other comments? Yes, this is going out to LinkedIn, YouTube. If you LinkedIn, YouTube, oh gosh, Facebook group, my Facebook page, and Twitch. And if I added more, yeah, it's I can't do Instagram with it. You can only do Instagram sort of the one thing, but it allows people to find us that might ordinarily not be able to join our workshop, and it's just a nice little chit chat and a nice little sort of chance for people who like tarot to come and learn a little bit in a community that is very gentle. Lots of my YouTube channel, Tarot with Anne-Marie. Yeah, and if you look at the screen that you can see me on at the moment, okay, you should be able to I just moved the comment box. There's my Facebook page, my Facebook group, my Instagram, all on the left of the PDF, YouTube, Tarot with Anne-Marie, and Twitter. Yeah, I can't stream directly to them, but I do put it on later. So, oh, Jean Marie, thank you so much. How lovely. Well, you know, tarot is wonderful, and I'm just so lucky that we can come together and just talk in the way that we do on these platforms such as this, and we'd never have met otherwise, and it's so lovely. I feel I know you. So Thank you so much. I love chatting with you too. And I just love your support, Jean Marie, because right from the very beginning, and I know that you're a doggy person like me, an animal person like me, and yeah, I was protected last week. Long story, folks. I might actually sort of pop it up there as in on Facebook, but it relates to the chariot. Do you want to hear this or not? Or shall I just cut it and say that's the end of our lesson? Yes, we were guided last week and protected by something, and we were in the car. It was the chariot moment. But something was definitely looking after us because we were on the motorway and a horse came charging along 4 lanes of the motorway. 4 lanes. Unfortunately, it dithered while charging and decided instead of going, it decided to go this way. My husband, Tony, being a skilled driver, we're both driving instructors, as in, haven't done it for a while, but he's a very skilled driver and very capable, managed to not hit the horse or kill us by avoiding it several times from lane to lane, not getting another vehicle involved either. But at one point, we just only had 2 lanes on that road left. It was just dithering and running around. Can you imagine half a ton coming at you, not knowing whether it's going to go left or right or keep going this way? Just didn't know what it was doing. So every time we changed lanes, it changed too, unfortunately. It was one of those things. But yeah, it brushed alongside us and took the door mirror off and lifted the car a little bit. We're lucky to be here. I don't know how we are. Really. Yeah, so there you go. So that's my chariot moment. That's been protected by the symbol of infinity as I talk to you today in the strength card, which you can see there in Our Lovely Lady. Please come and say hi next time. How long have I been doing tarot? 30 years. And I have worked professionally for the last 20. It's been my full-time occupation. And I share it because I'm teaching courses, but in order for people to know, yes, it was, what courses are all about, I think a little taster, a little workshop. I did one last year, and that's what inspired me to make these courses. So I've come back to do the free workshops, where we can go really into depth in a way online with my website. They're all ready. My website isn't. That's coming. That's the web developer, not me. They're all there. So we'll just keep doing this. And if you want more, there you go. You're 61 when I grew up. I want to be you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, everybody. Lots of fun as always. Wish I could actually give you more of a heads up. I was actually coming on a couple of hours earlier today, but a call came in and it's my job. And yes, I said yes to that call, and I knew there was going to be thunderstorms today. So I thought, my goodness me, if it goes on for a few days, we won't get our little workshop this week. So decided to do it at this time. So I can't really say, because it's sod's law that, I get a call and it's like, I can't do it. If I get calls when I'm on here, it's actually a case of they will have to wait because I've started this. But if I know there's a call, I need to get it done before I come on. So it's been really busy. It was incredibly busy reading for people over the weekend and all of last week. And that was lovely. So I'm going to say thank you for having me. See you next time, everybody. And do make sure that you come and say hi on the comments. Just love having you with me. I'll pop on and I'll see you soon. And I'll pop on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, that's a lot of fun because you can actually just come up and, join in. And I often do sort of, little chats on there, but card readings, but sticking with this. Right, I'll be doing some unboxing soon, okay? And I've got a new video almost ready to come out on YouTube, unboxing the Groovy Weight Tarot. Anybody that would like a copy of the worksheets that I have used in today's workshop, there is a white copy available If you write to me at hello@tarotwithannemarie.com, you can have your free version of what we've done in today's workshop. I've stayed too long. Thanks for having me. See you soon. See you next time, everybody. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye for now.